Hello everyone, and welcome to the weekly guide series. In this week's video we'll take a closer look at the support class, and for that we'll be using Rafaela. Now before we get started, I'd really appreciate if you take a quick second to drop a like and subscribe. You can also turn the notifications on so you get notified when there's new content available. This guide will be split into two sections. In the first part, we'll be covering the basic hero knowledge about the skills, the Battlespells and the Emblems. In the second part, we'll take a look at the gameplay footage, where we'll get in depth about the role of a support hero. So, while we go through the skills, feel free to pause the video and properly read the skill description. Rafaela's passive is activated upon her death. When she dies, she will release a strike to a killer that's equal to 20% of their maximum health points. For it to work, the target has to be in a certain range. The first active ability is a ranged light beam around Rafaela, where the hostile targets will get damaged. This skill has a 4-second cooldown, and you can most certainly spam it if you got the mana regeneration. When you use it on the same target, its damage increases by 20% and can stack up to 60% damage increase. Note, this skill is also revealing invisible units such as Natalia, Mia, and also other heroes hiding into the bushes. Your second active ability is really a great one to have as a support. It heals the allied heroes around you, and the one with the lowest HP also gets an extra healing. Besides the heals, your allies and yourself included gain a speed boost of 50% for the next 1.5 seconds, thus making your second skill a great engage and escape mechanism. Holy Baptism is your ultimate ability that deals damage. It also stuns the targets in a straight line for 1.5 seconds, and as a follow-up, the targets that were hit will also be slowed for 40% for a short period of time. Now let's take a quick look at some possible builds and Battlespell combinations. So here you can see the current builds I use. Based on your team composition, you'll want to choose the build that's most beneficial for your team combination. Next up, we got the Battlespells. For Rafaela there's a few, so let's get into that. So the first one would be Revitalize, because it's definitely a lifesaver. I'd advise this spell the most when you're playing Rafaela as a support. Arrival is another nice option, as it allows you to jump between lanes and support your team in fights. If you switch lanes properly, it gives your team a significant advantage that might win you the game in the end. Flameshot is a nice option when you use the burst build for Rafaela. It's a very versatile skill that's got a low cooldown, and you can use it both offensively and defensively. If your team consists of a few squishy heroes, Aegis can be another great option. The shield used in the right moment can save you and your teammate, and sometimes it can even change the flow of battle. As for the emblem traits, I like using Mystery Shop from the Mage emblem set, because I like to roam with Rafaela and help my team. Doing so, there will be less time to farm, thus having a discount on your items is very interesting. Another nice option would be Pull Yourself Together from the support emblem. It would slightly increase your efficiency by reducing your cooldowns and respawn time. And as we all know, every little difference counts. So I guess it's about time that we see Rafaela perform in a ranked match. In this game I'll be using the support build. the early game, you should do your best to harass your opponents and not let them farm easily. If you manage to disrupt or to slow down their farm, your chances of winning go up significantly. One of your main tasks would be to heal your allies, so if you can manage to keep them in the fight, you win a lot of precious time, while your enemies will probably be forced to recall to base. When you see your allies retreating, you should consider to offer them a helping hand by using your second skill. This is actually your main skill that you want to level up when playing the pure support role. Seeing that Rafaela is a very squishy hero, you should not overcommit. Most definitely not when you're alone. So in this case it would be better to wait for backup, because you don't want to feed your enemies.
Run.
When playing against Natalia, always be ready to use your first skill, as it reveals invisible units. If used properly, you can seriously destroy your combinations, and thereby giving your own team the advantage. Another one of your roles is to provide vision for your team, and also try to catch the enemy heroes off guard. When you get your mana regeneration items, you can use your first ability as a scouting mechanism for the bushes. If there are enemy heroes in the bush, they will be revealed and you may easily catch them off guard. Natalia still thinks I'm her prey. How mistaken she is. Guess we'll just have to prove it to her. Dropping on your enemies when they don't expect it can be very advantageous. However, as Rafaela, you don't want to rush in as the first one and overcommit. Remember, you're still a rather squishy hero. Here I'll try to defend the turret alone, but with the support build, my damage was unfortunately not high enough. Well, at least I'll have to work for it, so that's still something.
It was at this moment that he knew.
Well, that tickled a little bit. With her combo she barely dropped into 75%. But yeah, that's normal since my build is against physical damage. I guess Natalia doesn't check the enemy equipment.
Surprise, motherfucker!
When playing against heroes such as Odette and Gord that do a lot of damage while being static, your ult is an easy counter to theirs, so timing is crucial. So while we safely pushed the middle lane, Harley provided a very nice distraction to the enemy Natalia. So yeah, kudos to this guy. So that's it for this week's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, then please leave me a like, subscribe and share this video with your friends. And with that being said, I will see you in the next one.